Foot like a bee, Danny Boy here, and yes, I am finally back. Praise the Lord. I've been gone for so long, I've been gone for almost 3 months, but it's great to be back home. And a bit of news that cheered me up while I was away, this glorious announcement. Transport Fever 2 is on the way, coming in Q4 of 2019, hopefully. There may be some delays. You never know with new games coming out nowadays. But hey, it's something to look forward to. The trailer looks amazing. No doubt all you guys have seen the trailer before. But I'm going to play it again. And while the trailer's on, I'm going to sort of explain why I was gone for so long. For that, I do apologise. But it looks amazing. I'm so happy that they've decided, that Urban Games has decided to go with another Transport Fever. And I will be patiently waiting to the end of the year for it to release. But hey ho, without further ado, here is the trailer. The trailer is beautiful. It's in-game alpha footage, and it's not just rendered cutscenes, so it looks good. The work that, if that's the game in alpha, it should be amazing. So here we go. So while the trailer is playing, I'll explain while I was away in my glorious travels for such a large amount of time. So I was over in Israel working on a boat just off of some oil platforms. I was supposed to be home a very long time ago. Things went bad at the start of the job. We got told we had to stay until our job sort of finished, so we did. I was supposed to be home 3 weeks ago, but the guy that was replacing me had some family issues recently, and it just became too much for him, and he ended up handing in his notice, or handing in his resignation, and said that he would be unable to come over to Israel to swap me out. So it's a real shame. It's like, I've known this guy for about 10 years. I've worked with him for a long time, so it was sad to see him go, but he sort of wants to be at home with his family, so he said he would be unable to come out to Israel. That kind of left me high and dry, so I was stuck there on my own for another 3 weeks until today, when I got home. So I am so glad to be home, and there you go. That was the reason I was gone for so long. But now that the trailer has ended, we'll do my little critical or non-critical analysis of the trailer and what I would actually like to see in the new version of Transport Fever 2. So, without further ado, here it is. So, here we go, my not so critical analysis of the Transport Fever 2 trailer. So, straight off the bat there, we had a stream there. I am just using Windows to sort of pause and play this, so bear with the stuff down at the bottom here. But the river there, back here, this looks beautiful, looks amazing. So straight off the bat, the grass and things looks way better. They've even got birds, but I don't know if those birds will be in the game, so we'll pause it here in a second. It does at the bottom right hand side say in-game alpha footage, and if this is just the alpha, then well done, because that is absolutely beautiful. It could be a rendered cutscene, but I don't think it is. I think this is what it will actually look like, which would be absolutely amazing. Looks like they've got the fields there. The fields in the first one weren't that great, but these look sort of more planned and more sort of realistic. There were several people that used the paint the field mod, and that was pretty good for getting sort of realistic fields. It looks like they may have incorporated some of the mods from Transport Fever 1 and basically made them their own to make things look more prettier or beautiful or whatever, and more realistic. So that is awesome. And now we have our first view of the city. this looks amazing. The cities do look quite realistic, a buzzing metropolis. And now back there we had the overpass with the one-way streets. That was something I was always looking for, mod-wise as well. There is now a mod for that. If we pause here, you've got the Shinkansen and you've got the high-speed bullet trains from China. We've got the dual stocks there on the right-hand side. That was in Transport Fever 1. Now if we pause it here, that Steam loco was Russian and these wagons are Russian. So it looks like there's going to be some Russian trains and things implemented into the game. These industry buildings, I can't tell if they are new. This sort of looks like a render cutscene, but it might not be. But previously the SD40 was there, and these central line trucky wagons are pulled from the first Transport Fever. So it looks like they've reused some of the models. Here it looks like we are getting cargo. So cargo will be implemented into the game. So air freight, I should say, because there is cargo, but there was no air freight. The air freight was a bit weird in the last one. It was a mod. It worked fine, although you had to have a, oh god, the plane from like World War One or something. I can't remember. Was it a Focke-Wulf? No, there was a plane you had to have. The very first plane you got in game had to be running, at least one of them had to be running on every line in order for this to work. So now it looks like they've implemented it. You can see here the pilots actually wear pilots uniforms. So instead of just the standard guy in the black dress that drives all the trains and the trucks and the buses, looks like they're actually going to have uniforms. So that is quite interesting. And it looks like there's a different variety of aircraft. Looks like you'll be able to colour certain parts of them, which is awesome. And then we come to this scene. Now this looks like a completely different biome. It's got sand, tropical trees. This sort of, can't remember what the type of ship that is, but it looks awesome. So there you have it. So the trailer looks good. We found out some new things. Looks like we're getting air freight. There should be different biomes, it looks like. And it looks like they are implementing sort of Russian trains and stuff into the game. This truck here at the front has a picture of a dragon in front of it. So it may be Chinese. So it looks like we're getting a mix of sort of Asian, Russian, American, European vehicles, which is awesome. Now, my perfect version of Transport Fever would be things like, this sounds bad, but accidents. Like when you play Transport Tycoon, if you had two trains on the same line and you screwed up your signalling, the trains would crash. And planes that were extremely old and required a lot of maintenance would crash. Same with helicopters, trains, buses would break down, etc, etc. So if they implemented that in, that would be pretty good, because in the current version of the game, the vehicles get old, their paint fades, they get rusty, it looks nice, running costs go up, but there's no really great penalty for running vehicles that are severely aged. So that would be interesting. I would also like to see some sort of day-night cycle. That would be kind of cool. Obviously, time in game in Transport Fever 1 goes past quite quickly. Even using the 2 times slower or 4 times slower mods, time goes past quite quick. So obviously not every day, maybe just like every 10 minutes or something, you would get a nighttime cycle. We do have the sunset mod in the Steam Workshop, and even though it's not night, it sort of dims all the lighting. You get the beautiful sunset in the background, and it's cool. Adds more variety and authenticity to the game. So even if it was an option that you could switch it off so it could just permanently be in day or night, then it'd be cool. Now, the industries. I would like to see more industries. I was looking forward to the new industry DLC. It turned out to be not so good. There was a lot of issues. It was a great idea. The guys put a lot of work into it. There was a lot of detail. Some of the new factories and stuff were very well made, and the vehicles, but there were issues. So if Urban Games could just add a few more industries, that would be absolutely amazing, because I got bored quite quick of just the standard sort of 6 finished products that you got in the first game. So it'd be nice to see a bit more variety. And with the few industries there was, it was very easy to make money and supply goods to... You could supply everything to every town. It wasn't that difficult. So it'd be awesome if they would add some new industries. That would be cool. Now to the biome. So it looks like we had the standard green, I'll call it, because it is very, very green. There's the green sort of European map, and there's the sort of arid desert USA map. So if you play it for too long on the European sort of green map, you sort of get fed up looking at the same texture over and over again. It's just green land with blue sea and some trees. Adding things like snow on top of mountains would be awesome. Maybe valleys with like a sort of rocky texture, that would be cool. Even if a snow biome would be cool, because we have the snow mod as well, and things look beautiful with the snow mod. Again, you would get fed up of it quite quickly because everything is just white apart from the trees. And the desert one I actually tried to use on my USA playthrough, but I got really quite sick of looking at that. I got fed up of it quite quickly, so that got changed back to the green. I think the green of the Europe map texture is better than the sort of desert one. But look there in the trailer that we were going to get a sort of tropical one as well, with like beaches and stuff, so that will be interesting to see. But that is going to wrap it up for me. That's my sort of points I would like to see. I hope you guys enjoyed the trailer. I am super excited for this coming out. Tomorrow I'm going to also upload like a what's coming up in the channel in 2019, so keep an eye out for that. If there's any games there that you might be interested, then have a look and leave a comment. I would love to hear your guys' comments on Transport Fever 2 and what you would like to see in the game. If you've got any ideas, fire a comment down. So, but that's been it for me. It's great to be back. I've been Danny Boy. This has been the Transport Fever 2 trailer review, and I will catch you later.